All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful and honestly most misunderstood tools in all of screenwriting, the midpoint. We're going to dive into how getting this one single scene right can literally fix your entire story. You know the feeling, right? You've got this awesome beginning. You know exactly where you want to end up, but that huge chunk of story in between, it just feels kind of flat. Your story starts to drag, losing all that great momentum just when it should be ramping up. It is such a common problem for writers. And yeah, we call it the saggy middle for a reason. It's a real struggle. But what if we've been thinking about it all wrong? I mean, what if the middle isn't just some boring bridge you have to build to get from Act 1 to Act 3? What if it's actually the central pillar holding the whole thing up? So first things first, what are we even talking about here? Well, the screenplay midpoint is literally the scene at the dead center of your script. If you're working with a standard 120-page screenplay, we're talking about the scene right around page 60. It is the geographical heart of your entire narrative. And believe me, this scene does a ton of heavy lifting. It keeps the story's balance, it sets the whole direction for the second half, and a lot of the time it completely flips the script on your characters, changing who they are and how they relate to each other. Now, these are the functions we usually learn about, but they're not the most important one, not even close. See, the midpoint has a core function that goes way beyond just structure. It's about defining the very soul of your story. It's general. Yeah, all that other stuff, the pacing, the character shifts, it's all vital, for sure, but it's all in service of a much higher purpose, a core function that so many writers miss, and it's the key to finally fixing that saggy middle for good. So here it is. The single most important job of the midpoint is to show the audience, with absolute clarity, what the genre of your story is. Not just hint at it, but put it right there, front and center. Just think of it like this. The midpoint is like opening a book to its center page, where its true identity is finally revealed. Is this a thriller, a romance, a mind-bending sci-fi adventure? That one scene should answer the question instantly. It's basically the litmus test for your entire story. And this isn't about having a character literally say, wow, this feels like a horror movie. No. It's way more clever than that. It's about taking the very DNA of your genre, the tone, the stakes, the specific kind of conflict, and compressing all of it into one super concentrated, powerful scene. Okay, so how on earth does a single scene pull all that off? Well, it works by weaving together two absolutely crucial elements: character and plot. At the very heart of this genre-defining scene, there is always a choice. Your main character is forced to make a pivotal decision or take some decisive action that they simply cannot take back. And I mean, this decision is everything. It's the point of no return for them. The choice they make in this moment locks in their path for the entire rest of the movie. It shows us who they really are and who they're about to become. But here's where the real magic happens. That character's decision, it's not happening in a bubble. The choice itself, and all the consequences that come from it, are what infuse the plot with its unique genre flavor. The two are completely tangled up together. So, let's just break it down. Step 1. You design your midpoint scene to be the ultimate expression of your genre. Step 2. In that scene, your hero makes a choice that could only happen in that specific genre. And step 3. The fallout from that choice shapes the whole second half of the story, cementing the genre for the audience, once and for all. But this is more than just a cool writing trick. Understanding this idea reveals something much deeper about what we do as writers. It's about an unspoken declaration that you're making to your audience. When you start thinking about it this way, the midpoint stops being just some box you have to check off on a story structure worksheet. It becomes a promise that you, the writer, are making directly to your audience. That decision your character makes right in the middle of the story, that is your decision, broadcast to the world. It is, as the source so perfectly puts it, your unheard declaration of what the story is all about. Through this one powerful scene, you are looking your audience in the eye and saying, hey, this is a horror film and I promise to scare you. Or this is a romance and I promise to make your heart ache. You are defining the emotional contract for the entire experience. So as you go back and look at your own work, don't just ask what happens at the midpoint. Ask yourself this. At the very heart of your story, what promise are you making? What is your unheard declaration? Get that right, and I promise you, you'll never have a saggy middle again.